Have you ever known someone who spent their entire life fighting bad habits, yet never truly escaped them? They try again and again. Alcohol, junk food, procrastination, smoking, obesity. Each time they promise themselves, this time will be different. And for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, it is. They start strong. They cut sugar completely. They swear off carbs. They wake up early, buy new gym clothes, download fitness apps, plan everything perfectly. But then life shows up. Work pressure, family responsibilities, lack of sleep, stress. And slowly, quietly, the discipline collapses. The diet breaks, the gym visits stop. The old habits return, often stronger than before. You've probably seen this happen to someone close to you. And if you're honest, maybe you've seen it happen in the mirror. Someone says they want to lose weight. They go extreme. No junk food, no rest days, 2 workouts a day. For a short time, they feel powerful. Then exhaustion sets in. Their schedule becomes impossible to maintain. And one difficult day is enough to undo everything. The failure doesn't just affect the body, it attacks the mind. Because after failing enough times, something dangerous happens. People stop trying. They begin to believe a lie. This is just who I am. I've always been like this. My genetics are bad. I don't have the discipline. That belief is where real defeat lives. But what if the problem was never discipline? What if the real issue was the method? What if lasting change doesn't come from doing more, but from doing less, correctly? What I'm about to share with you is a system inspired by ancient Japanese philosophies. Not motivation, not willpower, not extreme discipline. A system that works with human nature, not against it. It combines 5 principles: Ikigai, Kaizen, HARA HACHI BU, WABI-SABI, GAMBARU. And I need to warn you, this approach completely contradicts what most productivity gurus teach. It goes against hustle culture. It goes against 30-day transformations. And it will ask you to do something so small that your brain will immediately reject it as useless. So small that you'll think, this can't possibly work. Until it does. Before we continue, take a moment to reflect. What is the one habit you've been trying to change for years, but never managed to? Now, let me tell you a story. Chapter 1. The day everything cracked. Christopher was 40 years old. He weighed 142 kilos. And although he didn't realize it yet, his body was slowly giving up on him. Christopher wasn't lazy. He wasn't irresponsible. He had worked as a warehouse stock manager for 15 years. He woke up at 5 a.m., got home around 7 p.m. 2 kids, a wife, bills to pay. A typical lower middle-class man doing everything he could to support his family, except taking care of himself. Food was never intentional. Breakfast was something eaten in the car, lunch at his desk, dinner in front of the TV because he was too exhausted to sit at the table. Weekends were pizza, beer, and the couch. And in his mind, he had earned it. He worked harder than most people. Surely he deserved comfort. At first, the warning signs were subtle. Climbing stairs felt heavier than it should. Bending down to tie his shoes became a struggle. He had to hold his breath, brace himself, push. When his kids asked him to play, he made excuses. When his wife suggested a walk, he said he was tired. But the most painful part wasn't the wait. It was the moment his 7-year-old daughter stopped asking him to play. She had learned something without anyone telling her. Dad doesn't play. And Christopher noticed. He felt it. But he did nothing. Because he had already tried to change. 3 times he joined a gym. Each time he quit within 2 months. He tried low-carb diets, morning runs, meal plans. All of them failed. And eventually he reached the most dangerous place a human being can reach. Acceptance of defeat. I'm just fat. That's how I've always been. My metabolism is slow. I don't have time. Until the day his body decided it had heard enough excuses. It was a Saturday morning. Christopher was in the backyard with his 9-year-old son. Not playing. Sitting. Watching the boy kick a ball by himself. The ball rolled into the neighbor's flower bed. Dad, can you get it? Christopher stood up. Walked over. Bent down to pick up the ball. And then, he couldn't get back up. Not because of pain. Not because of injury.
His legs simply didn't have the strength to lift his body. He was on all fours, sweating, struggling, while his son watched in silence. The neighbor had to help him stand. That night, Christopher sat on the edge of his bed and cried. He cried because he was only 40 years old. He cried because his son had seen him helpless. He cried because that moment would live forever in his child's memory. His wife hugged him and said quietly, "You need help, Chris. Real help." The next morning, Christopher called the only person he knew who had lost weight and kept it off. A man named Marcus. "Tell me how you did it," Christopher said. "Doctors, medication, surgery." Marcus paused. "I did see a doctor," he said, "but not the kind you're thinking of. He didn't give me medicine. He gave me a philosophy." Christopher sighed. "Philosophy doesn't make you lose weight," Marcus replied calmly. "Chris, you're wrong." Chapter 2. The Unusual Consultation. The following Tuesday, Christopher found himself sitting in a place that didn't feel like a medical clinic at all. There were no posters of the human body, no sharp hospital smell, no beeping machines, just a wooden table, 2 chairs, and a wide window opening into a quiet garden. The room felt still. When Dr. Tishi Yamamoto entered, Christopher was surprised. The man looked around 65. Slim, upright posture, slow, deliberate movements. He didn't look like a doctor. He looked like someone who had learned how to breathe properly. "Christopher," the doctor said gently, "tell me why you're here." And for the first time in years, Christopher told the truth. He spoke about the weight, the exhaustion, the shame, the flower bed, the look on his son's face. He waited for the usual response. A lecture, a diet plan, blood tests, medication. But Dr. Yamamoto didn't open a computer. He didn't write anything down. He simply asked, "How many times have you tried to change?" Christopher thought for a moment. 3, maybe 4. "And how long did each attempt last?" "A few weeks, 2 months at best." The doctor nodded. "Do you know why every attempt failed?" Christopher began listing excuses he'd rehearsed for years. No time, bad genetics, slow metabolism. The doctor raised his hand. "No," he said calmly. "You failed because you tried to win a 40-year war in a 2-month battle." The words landed heavy. "Your body took 40 years to arrive here," the doctor continued. "Your mind built these habits over decades, and you expected weeks to undo it all." Silence filled the room. Then Dr. Yamamoto leaned forward. "I want to make you an offer," he said. "I will ask you to change something today. Something so small, you'll think I'm joking." Christopher felt desperate enough to agree to anything. "I accept," the doctor smiled. "Every morning, when you wake up, before anything else, drink 1 glass of water." Christopher waited. That was it. 1 glass of water, the doctor repeated. Every day, for 2 weeks. No diet, no exercise, no restrictions. You may continue eating exactly as you do now. Christopher frowned. "Doctor, I need to lose 50 kilos. Water won't fix that." Dr. Yamamoto nodded. "You're right," he said. "But that glass of water will do something far more important." He paused. "It will prove that you can keep a promise to yourself." Christopher left confused and slightly annoyed. He had paid good money to be told to drink water. But one sentence refused to leave his mind. A promise to yourself. How many promises had he broken? How many Mondays had ended by Wednesday? That night, he placed a glass of water beside his bed. The next morning at 5 a.m., he saw it and drank it. Day 2, same thing. Day 3, again. On day 7, something strange happened. He woke up before the alarm, thinking about the water. By day 14, the habit felt automatic. When he returned, Dr. Yamamoto asked, "Did you drink it every day?" "Yes." "How do you feel?" Christopher hesitated. "I didn't lose weight, but I did it. 2 full weeks." The doctor smiled. "You've just experienced Kaizen." Chapter 2. The Power of Small Wins. Kaizen means continuous improvement through tiny changes. Not heroic effort. Not massive discipline. Just 1% better than yesterday. "You didn't try to climb the mountain," the doctor explained. "You took 1 step." Christopher nodded. "But what does water have to do with weight loss?" "Nothing," the doctor said. "And everything. Your brain now has proof. Proof that you are someone who finishes what he starts. That proof matters more than motivation. Are you ready for the next step?" Christopher nodded. "Keep drinking water. Now add 1 more rule," the doctor continued. "But only half the amount of food on your plate." Christopher stiffened. "You can eat more," the doctor added, "but only after waiting 20 minutes. It sounded ridiculous, But Christopher had already kept one promise, so he agreed. The first week was torture. He finished eating and stared at the kitchen, wanting more. His mind screamed hunger. But after waiting, the hunger faded. In 3 weeks, he went back for more food only twice. Because he wasn't hungry, he was conditioned. Without knowing it, Christopher was learning HARA HACHI BU, the Okinawan principle of eating until 80% full. At the next visit, he had lost 3 kilos. It's not about the number, the doctor said. It's about direction. For the first time in decades, his body was finally moving where he wanted it to go. Then came the next step. Movement. But not the kind Christopher expected. You will walk, the doctor said, from your front door to your mailbox. And back. Christopher laughed. That's 20 meters. Exactly, the doctor replied. It's not exercise. It's remembrance. Your body has forgotten it was built to move. On the 3rd day, his daughter saw him leave. Dad, can I come with you? They walked together. She talked about school.